sides, then it is a quadrilateral.
If triangles are congruent, then they have equal corresponding angles.
If I'm 9 meter tall, then I can play basketball.
That's right. Those are something called hypothesis and conclusion, and that's what we're going to study today. Are you excited to know how it was formed?
Yes.
Hello. Anong ginagawa mo? Parang busy ka yata.
Ito, YouTube channel ko ni Sir Hilario Arias. Pinapanood ko kasi yung topic namin kanina sa math eh. Hindi ko kasi na-gets. May assignment pa naman kami about dito.
Si Sir Asarias. At tingin nga, ano bang topic yan? Ano yan, Angelo, Faith? Yan yung topic natin kanina.
Oo nga eh. Hindi ko kasi na-gets yung lesson ni Sir kanina eh.
Napansin ko nga kanina nalulutang ka habang nagdi-discuss si Sir. Madali lang yan. Gusto mo tulungan kita?
So what are you waiting for? Tara na at magkinig na. Dahil ang topic natin for today's video is all about conditional statement.
If napanood mo ang video na ito, then surely maiintindihan mo. What is conditional statement? A conditional statement or if and then statement is a compound statement of the form if P then Q where P and Q are statements. It is a usually compound statement of the form. P is called the hypothesis and usually begins with if, and Q is the conclusion and usually begins with then.
So here's the relationship between hypothesis and conclusion. The if-then statement implies that if the hypothesis is true, then the conclusion must be also true. If P is true, then Q must be true. Here we have our if and then statement structure. Wait, alam mo na ba ang meaning ng hypothesis and conclusion? Kung hindi, let's unreveal the meaning behind this term. The hypothesis is like a attentive assumption we make to draw out and test its logical or empirical consequence. In simplest term, it's the starting point of our logical journey. On the other hand, the conclusion is the necessary consequence of one or more propositions taken as premises. In other words, it is what logically follows if our initial assumption, the hypothesis, holds true. So, here's the example of the conditional statement. If you don't brush your teeth regularly, then your teeth will decay. What is the hypothesis and conclusion of this statement? The hypothesis is you don't brush your teeth regularly, and the conclusion is your teeth will decay. It's logic time! Did you know that Alan Janisha is the first female mathematician in the Philippines? Napatunayan niya na ang 1,320 ay equal sa 370. Ito sa inyo kung ano ang dahilan. Patunayan natin! 1,320, ang 13 ay itatranslate natin sa Bisaya. Ang 13 sa Bisaya ay 3C. At ang 20, itatranslate din natin sa Bisaya. Ang 20 naman sa Bisaya ay BC. Kaya naman, napatunayan ni Mami Janisha na equal ang 370 sa 1,320 dahil dito. 3C, 20. Di ba napatunayan natin tama si Mami Janisha? Now that you've learned about that, let me give you some more examples and let's identify their hypothesis and conclusion. Here's the first example. If a number is greater than 0, then the number is positive. The hypothesis in this statement, a number is greater than 0, and the conclusion, the number is positive. These are second example. If the base angles of a triangle are equal, then the triangle is isosceles. The hypothesis of this statement, the base angles of a triangle are equal. And the conclusion, the triangle is isosceles. Third example, if 3n plus 1 is equals 6, then n is equals 1. What is hypothesis and conclusion in this statement? The hypothesis of this statement is 3n plus 1 is equals 6, and conclusion is n is equals to 1. Example number 4. Getting enough sleep is good to your health. Let's identify the hypothesis and conclusion. The hypothesis of this statement, getting enough sleep, and the conclusion, good to your health. Let's go to the number 5 example. An integer that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 is an odd integer. Let's identify their hypothesis and conclusion. The hypothesis of this statement, an integer that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, and the conclusion, an odd integer.
Ngayon, natutunan mo na kung ano ang conditional statement.
Oo, madali nga lang. Hindi pala siya mahirap.
May natutunan ka ba sa video na ito? Kung meron, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this YouTube channel. And always matkinig para matuto. Paalam!
Suntukan niya.
Ano ba, Gerald? Yung jowa mo naman, mami.
So what are you waiting for?
Gerald!
Ay.
Kukuloy kayong kita.
Oh! 1,320, itatranslate natin ang 30 sa Bisaya. Ang 13 sa Bisaya ay 30C. At ang 20, waksa! Waiting for, tara na! At natinig na!
Para naman sigaw si Melissa eh. Sabi, oh, so what you waiting for? So, tara na.
Nagets yung lesson ni Sir kanina eh.
Kung hindi ko alam, binibigyan mo. Game. Ano? Kiss ko na siya.
Tatawa.